Hello Aries, welcome back to the illest illuminator. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit late on the monthlies. I've been incredibly busy. So blizzy, well, that's a new word. I've been blizzy, alright? So let's see what we got going on. I am using a new deck which I really love. It's the 78 Tarot, and I will not be using any reversals because I cannot even reverse these cards. So for the month of December, we're just going to have all uprights, and I guess you guys will be very happy for that. So let's see what we got going on for you guys. Ooh, all right, so past energy, we're starting with some of you. I already felt it when I was meditating on your energy. That could have been definitely a third-party situation that kind of like interfered in your connection, all right? And you're taking on the burdens of it, and it has been very heavy. You have been heavily grieving a third-party situation and trying to leave that behind. I feel like there has been a long process where you have been holding on to people in your surroundings that you should have let go of, and like last month or this month is going to be the time where you really make some very firm decisions for yourself to cut those people off because they're giving you a lot of sadness, all right? They're not for your best interest is what I'm getting here very clearly. It could be a love situation that you have been dragged into a third-party situation, or it could be definitely friends and family and, you know, people that were just not for it to win it, but just to hurt you is what I get very strongly, all right? It could have been a very nasty kind of conversations that went on between you and these people, and you're kind of like sick and tired of it, you know, like sick and tired of being sick and tired. You've waited, you're invested for a very long time, and now you're kind of like, no, this is giving me a lot of sadness, it's giving me a lot of pain, it's giving me a lot of burdens, and it's not making me grow any longer. So I have to pack my bags and leave. It's kind of like what I'm getting through here, and it's most definitely caused by a third party. And as you guys know, it does not always have to be like another lover. It could also be caused by someone just partying too much, drinking too much, or you know, you can fill in the dots, or overworking, not having enough time, and it's always like the same old, like, you know what I mean? That's kind of what the third party situation could also refer to. So let's see what we got going on. We got the 10 of Cups in the reverse for the other person. The Justice and the 3 of Wands. So you're dealing with someone who is not always eager to take action, even if something is not fitting right for them, even if they're not in a happy situation. They're not the ones that always initiate contact or try to fix things, even if it hurts them. They may be very prideful is what I'm getting through as well. This person could have been tied to some kind of contract, or could have been in another relationship that could have been very unhappy for them, or that it ended very unhappy. So therefore they're not being very active in the way that they are pursuing you, and they feel like they are in the right at this point, or there might have been some kind of an argument where they try to use their logic over their heart, and they're being very much on the they're not taking too much action is what I'm getting through here. They're not taking too much action to fix the situation, even though it's bothering them, all right? And that might be something that is hurting you, or it's making you feel like this person does not put in the energy towards me. They're always doing other things, or they're always waiting for me to take the action, and you're kind of like tired of that. Is kind of like the feeling that I'm getting here. Could be dealing with a Libra individual as well, but strongly I'm getting the sense that you are being fed up with always taking the initiative, taking action. And I also get like this person always blames you for things, all right? Like they always see some like they're very perfectionist, they always call you out on like your imperfections, and you're kind of like tired of that. Like, yeah, I'm not perfect, so I'm not here to be perfect at all. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't learn or that you shouldn't grow or change in some areas, but it's getting very tiring if someone is always pointing out that you're wrong, or that you're not perfect in that. Like, it's okay to not be perfect, right? So that's what I'm getting through here. Yeah, look at that, 5 of Pentacles reversed to the 6 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. You're tired because whether you let them in or exchange anything with them, you always feel like unappreciated. You always feel like it's not enough. Whatever you do for them, it's never enough, and that's why you're kind of like taking your bags and you're trying to leave the situation. You don't want to feel abandoned anymore, because whether this person comes in or they leave, you always have the sense of abandonment, or the sense of not being appreciated, the sense of always feeling alone. There is a sense of loneliness in your energy, my dear. There's definitely a sense of loneliness, like no matter whether you're engaging with them or not, it feels like on a spiritual level or an emotional level, it's not filling, like it's not fitting. And that's why you're ready to depart here. You're ready to leave the situation behind. If they are not going to give you what you deserve, it's not going to fit in for you. And you're ready to leave. You're ready to pack your bag because you're emotionally already checked out. Like, this is an emotional checking out. You know, focusing on your career, focusing on your pentacles, knowing your word, and knowing that the sadness, the grief, and the hardship, everything that comes with it may not be worth it for you, because you're not seeing the results at all. Is what I'm seeing here. And you're very grounded. It's not like you get very like emotionally very high anymore, because you've already grieved the situation. So you're just accepting whatever is going on right now, and you're like, well, if it's not going to work out, I'm just going to leave, and it's better for everyone in this situation, is what I get. Let's see, what is their energy. The Hermit, the Sun, and 2 of Wands is what I got here. Could be dealing with a Virgo or a Leo as well. Let me think about this. I get the feeling that you pulled some kind of a trigger on them, because your way of leaving is leaving them now with some kind of a regret. And it's not a big of a regret, it's more of a realization that whatever they did, it was a bit out of the occasion, is what I'm getting. So I feel like them having now this time alone and separate from you is going to make them realize that they do want to go for you, is what I'm getting here. They do like to be with you, is strongly what I'm getting through, but it won't happen until you leave. And that's really the thing that I'm like, seriously, like, do you really need to really split, or you need to call the shots for this individual to realize how much they do care about you? Because I do see that they want to take action towards you. I feel like they are in much better space at this point after you left. So the separation between both of you could have had a very prominent outcome, a very positive outcome for them, but the problem is it's not having for you. You know what I mean? So the separation has been very good for this individual. They have had the time to understand where they are at in life, and how they want to proceed in life, what makes them happy, what decisions they need to make. And it's all because there has not been any contact between both of you, and you're really taking everything off the table, as in like, you know what, I pack all my bags and I leave. because I'm not satisfied, and that's the realization that hits in for them. Like, oh, you know, I know now that I can be happy on my own, but I still want to choose you, is what I'm seeing here. So let's see, this is a interesting spread so far. And it always happens like that, you know, like whenever you leave, then it's all of a sudden like, oh wait, actually I do love you, I do want to be with you. So let's see, what's the blockage for you? You got the Sun in your blockage. Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Let's see, what's in their blockage? I get the feeling that you don't see them stay for too long, all right? Like every time you both come in contact, there's always something that goes on, and the end result is always about commitment and starting a fresh new one. For some of you, it could be talks about child. For some of you, this person may not want to have a child. For some of you, this person may have already have another relationship where they already have a child, so they don't want to either they don't want to get pregnant or they don't want you to get pregnant. And that has been the circulation for a year, where you're trying to end the past and start a new one, but you're always in this gap between like, it's over and are we starting over again? It's over and are we gonna start over again? And that's kind of like getting very tired on you, is what I'm seeing here. Four of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is very indecisive, always going back and forth. That's why you don't believe in this firm decision that they're making. All right, they're always seeing things from their part, is also what I'm seeing. This person could have been heavily depressed. That's why they have the Hermit with the Sun card. They're trying to search for their inner guidance. They're trying to search for their inner happiness, and they may have fought for a lot of demons, or fought with a lot of demons that you weren't aware of. That this person comes from a place of a very unhappy relationship, or a very unhappy home life, or the relationship with their parents have been really dragging them down. All right, so this person is blocking themselves. This is a lot of self-sabotaging energy, where they are blocking themselves. They're very depressed, and because of that depression, they can't seem to always take the actions that they want, because they just don't want to get up. All right, this person just does not want to get up. And I feel like the underlying energy here is that this person has been juggled, all right, for a very long time, or perhaps for 2 years, and they have been the one that has been rejected, and ever since that rejection, they have never gotten over it. So therefore, they don't want to, you know, get head over heels, and they keep on making the same mistakes, or you both are keep on making the same mistakes. I don't think that this is your energy, all right? This is what they have gone through before you, where they have been juggled, and after 2 years of stringing along, this individual got dumped very harshly, and that's something that is still in their energy and they cannot get rid of. All right, see, like the Three of Cups, and this might be what is happening for almost 2 years, if you are relating to that, but that's the underlying energy that I'm sensing. That's the underlying energy that I'm sensing here. So therefore, they're being very stuck and stubborn. They're not being very flexible, and they don't, you know, they're always between like, I'm ending this and I'm starting over. I'm ending this and let's start over. And that's what makes you feel very tired and very sad and grieving the situation. Like, there is no clarity. Like, are we together or are we not together? That's what I'm seeing here. So let's see, what is the fear for Aries? Ooh, Knight of Swords with the Magician. So that's also your energy with the Magician card right there. Let's see their fears. I don't feel like you trust this individual, all right? Like you're not even sure whether you want to manifest this individual in your life at this point. See, like I told you, this is the Empress with the Five of Swords. This could be representing the wife, or it could be representing the mother, all right, or the other woman, all right? So whomever this individual is, I don't think that this is talking about you. I feel like this is referring to their parents. This could be their mother. If there is another third party situation involved, it could be the other woman or it could be the wife. Just relate however you want it to. But this person has been brought up by someone that has been quite narcissistic towards them, all right? Always telling them that they don't deserve anything, and they can't make it, and they are this and they are that. And because of that, this person is still feeling very rejected, because this individual, whomever this feminine figure is, they have been hurting them constantly, all right, and being very narcissistic towards them. There has been a lot of manipulation from this individual, that they can't grow with anyone, that they can't have a stable relationship, that they can't. All right, so that is like a song or a theme in their head, that every time they feel a bit down or depressed or alone, they always circulate those words and those thoughts that this person has whispered to them, and it has made them be very fearful of starting a new relationship, or even getting a child with this birth card of the Empress. So I do sense there is something going on with a child, or with a newborn child, or with pregnancy is what I am getting through for some of you. For others of you, this is definitely a motherly figure that has not treated them at the best way, and you may be suffering from that, all right? You may be suffering from that. There's a lot of, yeah. And you, on the other hand, Aries, you got the Knight of Swords with the Magician card. So this tells me that you are not very sure whether you want to manifest this individual, because you've seen some kind of a pattern from them where you know that they're not always happy, and that they always withdraw. And because of this way of always disappearing and withdrawing, you're just not sure if you see yourself being happy with this individual. So you're being very cautious. You're being very cautious whether you want to manifest anything with this individual in your life, but also in taking action. So what I see from your end, and this is quite a revolution for you, is that you don't have the need to take action. You've completely released all your fears, all your wanting to control the situation or control something within this connection. You've totally released that. Matter of fact, you're kind of like hands-off approach, as in like, I'm not sure if I want to keep on continuing, because the way that you have presented yourself, or the way that you are showing yourself, it's not making me feel very joyful in continuing this path with you. So this is a very switch energy from you, is what I'm getting. Most definitely very, you're now seeing that there could be also another way of approaching the situation, and the other way is by not taking the initiative, not taking the action, and protecting yourself, and only manifesting what is truthful and honorable to you, and not to manifest this individual per se. You get what I mean? Because you're always the one that is walking outside the church here, so to speak, and never really completely fulfilled with the situation. You don't see any growth, you don't see any happiness. You do see a lot of potential, most definitely you see a lot of potential, but that potential needs to be taken and also offered by the other person. But this individual seems to have a lot of issues on their own that they need to fix, and it is all about seeing their own value, seeing their own happiness, finding their own joy and happiness, and taking firm decisions, and not let their mother or whomever this figure is, I feel that it could definitely be a mother figure, telling them like, no, don't do that, don't do this, you should do that, you should take that, you should eat this, you should do that. Like, they have been so programmed by what this mother is trying to make them decide, that they're now like, okay, I need to be completely left alone and figure my own way out and make my own decisions like a grown man. And believe me, this could even be like a 60-year-old man or a 50-year-old man. They're still, you know, either thinking or just still taking other people's advice, and the other people is just a mother, and it's kind of like, ooh, you know, do I need to choose between what my mother is saying and a woman? That's sometimes very hard for men, you know what I mean? Especially if they have been raised with, if you don't listen to me, you're gonna get slapped. You know? I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's see. Fears for you. Ooh. Ooh. Look at this. Jeez. You got the 9 of Wands with the 7 of Wands in your fears. So this is a very blocked energy. As you can see, both those energies are very similar to one another. I feel like your person is blocking you completely out. They're being very resistant towards you. They're blocking you completely out. They're always very personally attacked by everything you say or do. They're very, very sensitive, and they need to feel to defend themselves towards you all the time. All right, and you're fearful that that kind of relationship can never work out, and that's because someone is always thinking the worst of you, or everything you say they feel attacked, and you can never. This could also be like a family member or a friend where you just talk about some stuff, or you say something and someone just jumps up and goes like utterly crazy about it and become very defensive and start to fight with you, and you're just like, okay. So this could also be your energy, of course, whatever, however that resonates. But this is a very tiring energy. This is an energy where you are fearful of always walking on eggshells with someone, and no matter what you say, their inner demons just raise up and be like, hey, you can't say that to me. You're just like, what? I just tried to compliment you. No, there's an underlying thing, or whatever the case is. You get my point. You get my point. What is their fears? 7 of Wands again. So I feel like you both are trying to fight each other off. Like, there is a lack of, yeah, and the 7 of Cups. There is a spiritual, because the 7s are known for their spiritual progress. So someone is definitely going through a lot of attacks or something, spiritual attacks. So I would recommend you to really do a lot of protection on yourself. And you know, if this is a loved one of yours where you truly love them, but things just may not look at the up and up, try to protect yourself and protect this individual, because I feel like there has been a lot of attacks going on recently. It could be from outside, or it could be just their inner demons that is really attacking them. There's a lot of low vibration, negative vibration, and you really need to do a lot of protection. Have some prayers or do some rituals to protect yourself. All right, protect yourself from going into the dark place, going into all defense mood and things like that. All right, so this person is very, very confused. They're very conflicted. They don't know what to do, because their mother or whomever this figure is sending that energy out. All right, it could be like a mother-in-law or an ex-mother-in-law, you know what I mean, that is trying to block this individual from making decisions for themselves that is good for them. So I do get the sense that there is a lot of protection that is needed. What else we got? Future energies. Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot. Wow, there's going to be movement. Maybe it's going to be slow movement, but there is absolutely going to be movement. They could be having a Cancerian coming in, or a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I feel that this person is going to find that determination, because the lack of determination, the lack of going after what you want has been like the major theme in this reading, and seeing this in the future energy, it just tells me that this person is going to go after what they want, and they want to create for themselves. They're not going to listen to anyone and anything around them, and that is exactly what their soul lesson will be about. Even if it's not going to happen now or within a month, this person's soul's lesson is to block out all the gossips, block out all the negative talk, negative self-talk, or narcissistic energy from this female figure. Most definitely a female figure, a mother figure. Yeah, and Hermit, do what is best for themselves and only listen to their higher guidance. This is someone that is very wise, represents an older figure, but this is someone that has been through many lifetimes, is someone that is very secure in what they know and their wisdom that they have, and the knowledge that they have to move things forward, and they only listen to themselves. It's like they're connected to spirit, they're connected to God, and they know exactly where God is sending them, and they trust it. All right, and that's what this whole lesson is about. And definitely also apply it to yourself. If you have been listening to a lot of people in your surroundings, whether you should, be cautious with this individual or do this or do that, you need to go into your hermit mood and start to make decisions that only come from your higher self. Don't listen to any reader, don't listen even to me, all right? Like, don't listen to any friend. Like, people won't know what your soul knows. Nobody knows it's except you, all right? So if your soul says leave, you gotta leave. If your soul say like just keep on hanging on and give it another try, just do as you please, because there's always a soul lesson behind it. And perhaps you both need to be very firm in your decision, as in like, you know what, I am going to stay, I am going to work things out, and that's it. And that could be the determination that you need in your life as your soul lesson, which is, funny enough, it is Aries like, you know what I mean? And it does not mean that you cannot suffer from having a lack of determination or willingness. There could be definitely a lot that has been going on, a lot of grief, sadness, and feeling overwhelmed and not wanting to reconcile, not wanting to share your emotions. So yeah, that could definitely be a great lesson for you. All right, so if you are going to leave, you need to leave permanently. If you're going to stay to work it out. Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands, sorry. So there's most definitely balance that is going to be brought to the situation, definitely by this individual as well. I feel like they're gonna come and meet you halfway. Most definitely they want to resolve the issue because they're not feeling very happy about the situation either, and I feel like their guilty consciousness is going to eat on them once they come to the realization of their soul and what really makes them happy. And listening to this chatter is not going to make them any happier anytime soon. So I feel like if they are separate right now and they're not in contact with you, this is their energy right now, where they are going through that dark night of the soul and realizing that they should not listen to other people. All right, look at that, the Tower, look at that, the Five of Cups, and all because of the Three of Cups. So a third party situation. Definitely don't sense any love situation in this. This is a mother figure. It could definitely be an aunt or whatever the case is. Someone who has children, most definitely, that is telling them what to do, is bringing them a lot of sadness and grief. They can't walk away from the situation because they live in some kind of an illusion that is based out of ego. All right, it could be very macho and very alpha-like, and it's causing them from a lot of stress. So yes, my dear Aries, that was your reading. I am going to continue this reading. You will find the link down in the description box below this video, and let's dive a little bit deeper into this reading and see what we got in store for you. Thank you so much. Share your likes, comments, and subscribe, and thank you so much. Bye.